BarbacoaCore, a podcast network.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out a new episode of the BarbacoaCore Podcast. It's the Quarantine Buddies 3. This is our third Quarantine Buddies. We are not going crazy. We are not fighting. Cops have not been called yet, but it's still early. It's like, what, quarantine day? I don't even know what today is, man. What's Tuesday, the 31st?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's going on with it?
Today's, day 13 or 14?
Yeah. Like, officially, my quarantine started 2 weeks ago today. When I officially got sent home and stuff. So I've been quarantined 2 weeks to the day today. And,
so I'm like 2 days behind you because I was originally off on Wednesday, and that's when I went to Dallas.
Yeah.
And then Thursday was when they called us to tell us that we are no longer employed.
Yeah, man. So it's just been the two of us just chilling out. We watched everything on Netflix, pretty much everything on Hulu.
Not everything,
Try
but just
watching
stuff
Pornhub, but we don't like the same stuff. So it's like, all right, I'm going to watch this in the restroom then. And then I go. But we have been watching mad stuff. We tried to switch it up today. Today, I felt very accomplished. And that's why I said, let's go and get a bottle of vodka as a reward.
A reward,
because we've been talking about rearranging furniture in our loft. We're set up in a loft situation, and we finally did that today. We accomplished the bedroom, moved some stuff around, which is pretty cool, right?
It is. I feel like there's more space in there.
More room for activities. So that was pretty cool. And then I've been all right. Truth,
What?
I've been drinking a lot, more than usual. Well, I'm on vacation. This is my vacation time, so it's not like I'm breaking any laws, any rules or anything. But we found out that we're out of liquor, so we had to make an essential trip to the liquor store.
I went for the ride because I need to get out of this apartment. But I did not get off. I am a little paranoid about people right now.
People are scary. People look like they have the coronavirus. So we stay clear from them. But I had to do what I had to do. I had to take one for the team. I had to run in and out of the liquor store.
I know. As soon as you walked in there, like 5 more people walked in after you.
Exactly.
I was like,
Exactly.
I'm glad I didn't go in.
And I was trying to read the sign because it says no groups. Like, nobody wants anybody to go shopping in groups, which I get. But, like, I wouldn't want you to go to the store by yourself anytime. I mean, you've done it a couple times, but that's because I had to work.
You were working.
I was working. But yeah, like, I don't want to send you to the store by yourself. Like, you don't know when it's going to pop off. You know, shit's going to pop off. And you're a fighter. You're a street fighter for sure. And that's why I have to go with you to make sure that you keep it chill. You know?
Well, you had to talk about my street knowledge.
Her knowledge. She has knowledge of the streets. It was Thanksgiving. And I'm pretty sure this video went viral. I don't even know what viral means, like how many is viral and stuff, but I know it was a big deal. It got spread out around San Antonio where a fight broke out around Thanksgiving. It was like 2 nights before Thanksgiving, I think. And HEBs were fucking crazy. And I thought it was just nothing but girls because you just hear like high pitched whack, 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 whack. And so we finally get to where the fight is happening. And we see like all this commotion going on and stuff. We didn't realize what was going on until like a couple days later when the videos came out.
Well, I knew the fight was going on, and I was trying
yeah.
to tell you, like, hey, like, get closer to me, like, so that we could be together in case we had to evacuate.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, dude, like, all the aisles are clear. Let's
And
fucking
he's
get
like,
the shopping
da, 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 just walking around. I was like, you don't hear that? There's a fight going on.
Yeah. And then the video showed that it was a guy and a girl, right? And then when the guy started, like, the girl was just like, you know, flapping her jaw, doing all that stuff, and she said something that set the guy off, and the guy just flung his shirt off. And me, I'm like, why do guys do that? Like, why do you, like, just fight? Like, why are they like, look at me without my shirt? And my wife knew street knowledge. She comes from the street. She whored.
Shut up.
My wife whored. And she's like, yeah, so that's when they rappel up or they tangle up. You can't grab nothing, so you can't control them in the fight. And I was like, oh, shit, I never realized that before in my life, which made me realize that my wife is fucking gangster.
Shut up.
Gangster as fuck. Anyway, she's a fire.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I told him, like, that's why girls pick up their hair in a bun and take their earrings off. You know, same thing for guys. Like, guys take off their shirt so that, you know, the other person doesn't drag them by their shirt and pin them down and beat on them.
I've never been in a street fight like that before. The last thing I would think of doing is taking on my shirt. That just seems too, like, I mean, I'll probably do it now that I, like, that's the first thing. Like, now I'm going to be, like, too overprepared. Like, anytime anything gets heated with somebody, like, fuck you, cut me off. I just take my shirt off. Like, what the fuck, bro? So I mean, like, hey, put your shirt back on. It wasn't even that
like,
serious.
whoa.
Yeah, like I don't know the intensity, because I just go, I get intense real quick and stuff. And now that I know, like, the go-to before you start fighting is to rip off the shirt. I'm like, now, like, every argument is a fight. Like, I'm just taking my shirt off all the time and stuff. So it's a good thing that I work from home now. So that won't be a problem.
Don't want to start any fights in the Trader Joe's parking lot.
Nah, man, I didn't have to take my shirt off for nothing. It didn't get to that point. But he was a punk for sure. She was talking about a joke that I say about my experience in the Trader Joe's parking lot. But yeah, so, like, Walmart is saying don't shop in groups. H-E-B is probably going to say that too, because everybody takes, like, their kids.
Yeah.
And they're all in groups and stuff.
Little ones shouldn't be out right now, just with the whole immune system, you know, not being as strong as you know, in adults. But I mean, I don't want you to do the grocery shopping because it's just something, it's just my thing. Like, I wouldn't want you to do that, but I don't want to go alone. But you could wait for me.
Like, I don't know how to shop.
You can just wait for me outside.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Like,
he doesn't know how to pick vegetables.
Don't know how to pick
fruits
vegetables. No. Is it frozen in the freezer aisle? Yeah, okay. But no. So yeah. I mean, if we do have to go to the store, we're going to go together. When we do have to go to the store, we'll go together. You know, because I worry about your safety and stuff.
Well, yeah, people are getting pretty crazy out there.
It's getting pretty crazy and stuff. But so yeah, so we just got back, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna get some alcohol in our system, or we're gonna fucking do Quarantine Buddies 3. Because this is pretty fun. I've been having fun with it. I think it's good. Some people say that we have good chemistry. I was like, I hope so. We're married.
If not now.
Yeah.
For sure now we have chemistry.
Nah, it's been working out pretty good. But I mean, because I brought this up to you because I did have my therapist session this past Saturday, and I'm losing track of days, dude. Like, yesterday I thought it was Wednesday, and today I realized it was Tuesday because of yesterday thing. But
yesterday I thought it was Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Like, we're just stuck in, like, a time vortex.
I know that chart that we saw vacuum. On that little meme. All the
like, it's just day. Like, is it Saturday? It doesn't matter anymore. It's not gonna matter for a long time.
We just found out that it's gonna extend till the 30th.
The social distancing has been extended to the 30th, to April 30th.
That means my restaurant's gonna be closed till then or after.
For sure. And I was even thinking about that too, because I was talking to my therapist about this. Like, even when this does get lifted, I don't know how quick I will be to go back into going out and doing shows or hitting up open mics. Like, I don't know how soon I would want to be
and it's pretty sad.
Jumping back into that.
I mean, I'm not a hugger, but it's still pretty, like, it is going to be weird you're going to be happy to see people and happy to hang out and happy to do all that stuff. But like, I'm still going to be very cautious of like things that I touch, you know, like one, I don't touch my face at all.
See, and that's the thing. I touch my face a lot, especially now that haven't been shaving and stuff. I had to shave my head because I was like, nothing's growing on top, and so I had to shave my head. But I think about shaving my face.
But like, I'm gonna be more cautious about stuff that I touch, like out in public, like door handles. For sure. Just rails. Well, one, I work on the Riverwalk, so I have to take the stairs going down, but I never touch the rail because it's downtown and that's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of creeps.
But yeah, I do not touch rails when I'm going down the stairs as much as I'm afraid of falling because I am clumsy. I don't touch the rails going up or down the stairs. Handles, of course, you have to use your hands to open the door. But I'm just not gonna touch stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, you're always gonna be stuck in it. Like, oh, this, like, everything's so person to person type thing, and you don't know what they've touched or when they last washed their hands, if they last washed their hands.
Any surfaces are gonna be.
Yeah, like that people are gonna have like PTSD from this stuff, for sure. Like, I think I might have to deal with it. Like, when the ban, or not the ban, but when the quarantine suggestion, lockdown, whatever it's called. When that gets lifted, like, I don't even know how quick I will be to get back into it. Because I'm not really eager to get back into it and stuff. Which was a thing that I kept bringing up on Saturday. Like, we've been really good, you know. And we kind of joked about it a little bit. Like, we were, you know, splitting up was probably on the table. Divorce was probably on the table and stuff like that. But I'm glad that we didn't, because I would have been losing my mind right now, worrying about, like, what are you doing? Like, how is she doing? How is she surviving? Oh, is she working? Like, all that stuff. Like, so it was like kind of like the timing of it was kind of good for us in a way and stuff. And at the same time, like, we've been doing really good and stuff, because like the quarantine, the fact of like this has made us like a team. To where, like, yeah, we were always a team type of thing, but it's becoming more like, this is obvious teamwork mode. Like, if this was like Survivor or any type of like reality show like that, and we had to be a team,
we would definitely make it.
We would definitely make it, you know, because this has showed that, like, we're like in team mode and stuff. And a lot of issues before that we were having is that, like, our schedules weren't linked up, and we weren't taking that into consideration as far as the other person's perspective. Yeah. And now that all the outside distractions are like gone, like, we've been like doing like really good as far as, like, I don't feel guilty about going out too much, not going out enough, getting up on mics enough, going out like with my friends or doing that stuff. Like, all that balancing act was kind of an added stress to our situation, you know. So now that's all gone, now that it's just you and I'm like in a really good spot, because yeah, it would be cool like to like be able to go out and do all that stuff, but then now that's not a factor. That whole like FOMO thing, that fear of missing out, like, the world's shut down. Like, it's just you and I, you know, as a team until this thing's lifted. And I think that's really good.
Yeah,
for us.
I mean, it has been really good for us. But when this does get lifted, like, we have to come back even stronger. Like,
yeah,
keeping the communication open, keeping, you know, the time between you and I strong as well.
Yeah,
like, this is basically like a clean slate for us going forward.
It was very much needed. And I know, selfishly speaking, like, oh, this quarantine is the best thing that could have happened to us, you know. But like, it kind of was. Like, it just made us realize, like, we are a good team. We are a team that we both want to be on, type of thing. But like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when it does come back, and we're all able to go back to, you know, being an open micer, or you being like, you know, social, or even like hard worker with your job and then with your friends and all that stuff. Like, is the other person going to be okay with that? Mm-hmm. And I think for me, it's going to be a little bit harder because I have like hardcore like separation anxiety when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm worried about myself. Like I think like if like the call came out tomorrow, like, hey, everybody returns to work, you know, tomorrow, you'll be like gone. Like you'll be like so ready to go.
See, and with me, like I'm just basically I'm a hard worker, so any chance that I could get to work, I'm gonna work, and that was a big deal, you know, in the beginning when all of this, like all our problems started, was because I was spending a lot of time at work, and then
I'm a scheduled person. Like I need to know.
As soon as I would get out, like I would want to enjoy a beer. You know, I just wanted to have a beer real quick, or maybe even 2 drinks before I come home, and that's where like the problems were coming about, feeling, you know, that
if I'm home, how come you're not home? Blah,
you
blah,
weren't
blah,
feeling
blah.
important and stuff, and like it was just something that I needed to unwind before I came home, because I'm the type of person that doesn't bring my frustrations and problems from work or my, you know, tough day at work. I don't bring that home. And a big thing for me to do is to unwind before I come home, because and the reason why I do that is because I don't like when people take things out on me when I have nothing to do with the mood that you're in. And so that's why I always did that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why I always had to have a beer after work. It wasn't even about, you know, the people who I was with or the people I was around. Of course, that made it, you know, a little bit, it was, the people that I was around it was fun, and it helped the time go by fast, but I just needed that beer or two to unwind before I came home. And it wasn't anything personal. I wasn't trying to do that to like make you feel like you weren't someone that I wanted to be around. Yeah. It was just me trying to unwind.
No, I get that. Like, because I put the guilt on myself when I was out, because for a while I was out a lot, and then I just stopped doing it. Like I was having to struggle. I was struggling with myself, like, because you never put anything on me. Like, you need to be home. You need to not do this so much and all that stuff.
You were able to do whatever you needed to do to work on yourself.
Any guilt that was put out there, any guilt that was put upon me was self-inflicted for sure. Because I always like, I didn't want it to build up, and then you go like, no more of this, you know, which never got to that point. But that was just me putting the stress, added stress on me, because when I stick to something, and like with comedy and stuff, like I was going out every night. If there was anything I could do like comedy related, I was doing that, and then like I would just find myself.
You would be so wrapped up in it
that I forgot, like, when was the last time I checked in with my wife? Like,
that
really
the days
in,
that you were here, you know, and you wanted to go do something with me, you were still thinking about being out there, and that's what wasn't fair.
So that, I mean, with this, I mean, it's just been 100% you and I 100%, and I'm enjoying that. I really am. I don't know, I haven't worked on anything comedy related. I mean, I've written a few things here and there, but I just completely like lost touch with all that stuff, because there's nothing to do. There's no shows to do. There's no jokes to go try out and all that stuff. I've been talking to some buddies of mine, and luckily enough, because we were moving the room around, that's when I found that 1/4 inch to the XLR.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was. So I was like pretty stoked about that, you know. And I know a lot of people right now are doing podcasts over the phone calls type stuff, and I never liked that. I like to be in the same room with the person and all that stuff. With the quarantine, we can't really do that. That's why I forced you to do the quarantine buddies with me. And
you didn't force me.
The first episode was kind of forced, and now that I know that you're having fun with it, I'm like pretty stoked about it. But yeah, so now I'm gonna try to do like a project with some comedy buddies of mine, and just keep that ball rolling as far as like content and funny business, quote unquote, type of thing. But like when they announced that the social distancing was extended till April 30th, I didn't have as much of a problem with it as maybe some others would have, you know, because I'm like, I'm not. I mean, cause I'm not worried about a job. I could work from home. You know, I'm blessed with that. You know, I feel sorry for anybody that has to deal with that. We're kind of halfway dealing with that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people don't have that availability to work from home. So I feel bad for them, yes, but at the same time, I'm like, well, as long as I could keep working, I'm still making money, I'm still being productive, type of thing. So the social distancing stuff, that just means reality is being postponed for me. And I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, that's a bummer," but for me, I'm just like, I'm good, you know. So just the transition back to it, I don't know if the time out of reality or out of the non-quarantine world is gonna positively or negatively affect me. You know,
Yeah.
by the time that all this is over, am I gonna be like scratching at the walls, like let me fucking out? Or by the time it's a time like everybody's open, the world is open again, am I gonna be like, I don't want to go out there? Don't make me go out there.
And if anyone's going to do that, I think it's going to be me.
You?
Yeah.
No, I think you would be ready to go like immediately. I think if they said the world's open tomorrow, you'd be like, I'm gone. I'm there. Like, I can't wait.
No, I think
can't
I'm going to
sleep.
be that.
Open.
There is a phobia. I can't think of the name of people being out in public and like
Agoraphobia.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I'm afraid I'm going to get that.
Really?
Yes.
You couldn't wait to get out of the house today. We couldn't figure out, like, are we gonna go to pick up margaritas? Or are we gonna get a handle of vodka and just call that? Like, you wanted to go out.
I did.
I hate going
but
out.
I don't know how I feel about being around other people.
Oh, being around. Okay, yeah. That's
like, of
very
course, like, I
different,
miss my friends and my family.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I don't think I could extend it any further than that.
Yeah.
As a family and friends, and that's it.
I don't know.
So
man.
I'm worried about that.
Yeah. No, I get that, man. Like right now, I'm real concerned about my mom because my mom, she lives by herself, and she's able to work from home and stuff. And then her local store, she lives downtown, and they're shutting whatever they can shut down downtown. They're shutting down. So now, like, her local grocery store or whatever she could get, like little supplies here or there, is closing down, and I'm concerned with her.
Watch your table.
Okay. I'm concerned with her, but at the same time, I'm also concerned because she's not taking any precautions. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's washing her hands and all that stuff, but she doesn't have any mask, any gloves, and all that stuff. And hopefully she doesn't mind me saying it, but like she's on certain meds that what is it, like, negatively affects her immune system? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What is that called? Like, fuck, I can't think of words right now. But like, her immune system's not as strong as it should be, as opposed to somebody taking other certain kinds of meds or not taking certain kind of meds to. Fuck, I can't think of words right now. It
weakens her immune system.
Weakens her immune system with the whatever meds that she's taking. So that concerns me. And then just like I don't know if I could do this by myself. I don't know. I mean, like, I take that back. I know for sure I could not do this by myself.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to do this by myself either.
Yeah.
And that is why I am on top of you to check on your mom every day versus because I mean you would schedule call her every other day, but I do have him call every day because of that. Because I am, concerned. I don't want her to go anywhere. If we could go grocery shopping for her, I would much rather do that than her being out there.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard for us to tell people who are so independent on themselves to just sit back and take a step back and let others do for them. And that's what concerns me. I really don't want her out there. Like
the other day when I had to drive out to work, to my work site to go pick up a new monitor and all that stuff, and I drove by my grandma's the last respite or what is it called?
Hospice.
the last place that she was at where she had hospice. Well, no, the second to the last one, the one that's right off of Vance Jackson. I had to drive by there, and I was just like, I felt sorry for all the patients there because they don't have people. People can't go and visit them.
I know,
and
they're
all that
visiting them
stuff.
from the windows.
Yeah, and so like
They can't even go inside.
it's pretty sad. Like my grandma's not around, all this stuff, and I'm kind of like glad that she's not. Like it's not like not a burden. Oh, that sounds so shitty when I say that, but like it's not an extra thing that our family has to worry about. You know, with all this stuff, because we wouldn't have been able to go, especially
And it's
towards
something
the
that
end.
she wouldn't understand either.
She wouldn't understand it.
that we couldn't go see her.
And especially at the end, like she was going through all those chemotherapy, what's it called?
Radiation,
Sessions.
yeah.
Like that weakens your immune system as well. So like, of course, like we don't know if we're carriers. We're not sick. We're asymptomatic. If we do have it, or if we are carrying it, but I mean, we don't know. And that's the thing. Like everybody's like, oh, well, nobody's here sick, so let's just all hang out. And as long as nobody's old at home, like that's not how it works. Like there's a social distancing in place for a reason. Like we're supposed to like fuck off from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people aren't following that, and that's pretty annoying. But I mean, we're only in charge of what we can do.
Yeah. I mean, and we miss everybody. Like we miss seeing everyone.
Yeah.
But we're doing this, you know, to it's not just for us. Like we're doing it to not get anyone else sick. Like we don't want, you know, our sisters or our brothers or our nieces and nephews, your mom, like we don't want anyone to get sick just in case we are carriers.
Yeah, for sure.
And we don't want to get sick either, you know, in case they're
For
carriers,
sure.
because they're
I'm
some
a
people
big
are
baby.
some
Man,
people
imagine if I
are-
got sick right now. You would be running the streets. I'll take whatever. Get me out of here. I'm a big baby. If I get like a sinus infection, I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I'm a
It's
big
like he has
baby.
the flu.
Yeah. So, yeah, I couldn't handle it. Kill me now. It's like you just got diarrhea. Chill out. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I wonder. Like, is it just gonna be a switch? Like, okay, everybody's back to normal tomorrow.
I have no idea. Like I feel that it is, but it's such a big deal right now that I would hope that it's not.
Not
You know what I mean? Like that it's not going to be just a flip of the switch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's just weird. Like you can't just undo this whole, you know, 45 days of a quarantine, you know, like, and
it's
then
gonna
go,
be 45 days.
well, yeah, well, because
they said all of March. I mean,
it was
essential-
2 weeks of March. That seems like it's been 6 weeks.
Yeah, they said to
And
the
then to
16th,
the
and then
end.
now they said to the 30th.
Yeah.
And who knows if they're gonna have to extend it after that. But I don't know, man. Like I don't like. If my work said, okay, you have to come back to work tomorrow, I'll be like,
No.
no,
I'm staying here.
no, you know.
He loves it. He loves working from home.
I've wanted to work from home since I started, since I started there. So, I mean, even if they said like, okay, like all the bars and clubs are open mic signups available, all that stuff. I don't even know if I would.
You're like, I'll take my own mic.
I definitely would. I definitely still be with the hand sanitizer and all that stuff. But even hanging out in groups, like I do miss people, but at the same time, I'm like stay away.
Elbow bumps, fist bumps, elbow bumps.
Yeah, I do. Like I would always say, "Oh, it's good to see you." I do think next time I say that, I'm gonna mean it. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, just going back into it, like I think this quarantine will make or create a lot of agoraphobes, and I think that's the right word. The people that are afraid to go outside. Like, what was that show that you watched?
Shameless.
Shameless, where that character was agoraphobic. She didn't want to go outside and all that stuff. Like maybe this might turn us into that, possibly. But I mean, we still get out. Like we went for a long walk yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were gonna do that today, but instead we're like, oh, let's go get vodka.
Yep.
Well, I said that, and she just like, yay. So we still get out of the house, and but as far as going into like crowds. Like, are we gonna? Like you just shook right now. You shuddered at the thought of me just saying like hang out in crowds.
I don't know.
That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. Like, yes, I do want to go. You know, like to a taqueria or something, and like to Eddie's or even to like Mi Tierra. Like that would be so great. That shit would go off right now. But those places are so packed, that we're gonna be like, no, you know.
I'm like itching right now just thinking about it. Like, ugh.
Like, oh man, like that. Things are gonna change. Like, are we gonna go back to that? Are we gonna gradually go into it, or just say never again?
I think it'll take a little while.
Yeah. Hopefully. Like, hopefully we're able to go back to normal.
I
like,
mean, because time is just going by, and you know, days are turning into weeks, and then you know, just in 2 more weeks, it's going to be a month that we've been quarantined.
Yeah.
So I think with time, the more time that we are distancing ourselves from the public, and I think it's going to be harder to come out of it as well.
So even if it did flip off like a switch, like everybody's able to go out,
I'm
it'll
gonna
still
wait.
take time. Well, yeah, for us, for sure. For me, for sure. It's gonna take a while. Like, I even when it does become available to go start doing open mics, I think I'm gonna chill for a bit still. I think, but this is me talking 2 weeks into quarantine, right? 2 weeks, is that what?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
So I'm enjoying it. I mean, it sucks what brought this on, but I'm kind of enjoying the fact that it's here as much as I can, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a homebody, so I don't mind it. I just don't like being told like, no, you can't do anything. Like, you have to stay put. That's the only thing that like I have a hard time with. Like, me going for a ride with you and staying in the car, like, I feel better just doing that.
Yeah.
But put me in a big store where there's a lot of people, I'm gonna be freaking out.
She unlocks the door she locks the door when I get off the car, and she wouldn't unlock it until she saw that I was rubbing my hands with alcohol wipe. She's like, "Prove it to me." Truffle shuffle. I'm like, oh, let me in the car. There's people out here.
I was hoping you didn't see that, but yeah, I waited till you.
Yeah. You're like, show me your hands. But I don't know, man. I think it's good. I mean, we've had projects here. Well, not projects, but just like we wanted to move the room around the bedroom. We got some stuff we want to take care of that we're gonna deal with. We binge watched, and this is the first show that we both agreed that we're gonna start, and we both enjoyed it till the end. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yep. You liked it, right?
I did.
You had fun with that?
I liked it because it had a story to it. Like,
it had a great story to it. I enjoyed the season 1. Season 2 was kind of a meh, and season 3 was pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Y'all should check that out. It's about a female comedian
in the 50s.
The late 50s. I think it was like 58. I think season 1 was 58. Interacting. They have a character that played Lenny Bruce, which is kind of cool. And then the female comedian was supposed to be like the female Lenny Bruce type of thing, where she was irreverent and raunchy and said blue stuff. And this was in the 60s, the 50s, late 50s, 60s. So that was like, you don't do that. I like the first episode where she showed her tits. That was nice. She has nice tits. And then she got arrested for that. I was like, oh, well, that sounds all right. But your favorite character was Susie, the Alex Bornstein character. You're like, she's so funny.
Like everything that she said, like just
it was very, very quick wit.
She was clever.
Very clever, very entertaining. So we finished that yesterday. When it gets down to like the story stuff, I kind of lose things. I just want them to talk about comedy and all that stuff, and then they start talking about like real life love stories and all that stuff. I didn't understand. So the ex-husband, what was his name? I don't remember his name. I didn't understand their storyline. It was him and then the Asian or the Chinatown girl who was helping out get like his liquor license and bought the jukebox. I didn't really understand that. Like, I don't understand why that was an important storyline. And I kept saying, like, why is this even happening? And what's funny, this might be very racist. You know, I had a thing for Asians.
You had a thing?
Yeah, I think it's all gone
You're
now.
done?
Yeah, thanks coronavirus.
Corona.
Thanks coronavirus. But so that's why I was like, get her off the screen.
You're ugly.
That's not racist. Like, what? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to leave it at that. But that was a good show. And then we started watching, because I drunkenly subscribe to Amazon Prime and Comedy Central now. So I've been watching stuff like that, but I think I'm going to cancel it before they charge us again. But what were we watching? There was what's his name?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. But the show that was like, they were trying to, and I don't understand why they do this. They were telling the story from the females' perspectives, and they were trying to talk about like how great he was, like he was such a good person, and he loved kids, and he was a great brother. Like, he's a killer, man. He was a serial killer. Like, why are you trying to tell the good story of this guy? And so that's why I was like, oh, let's fucking turn this off. Let's get up. Let's fucking be productive. Let's move around.
Yeah, we didn't even finish the first episode.
Didn't finish because like it was all just sweet talking, like talking his praise about Ted Bundy. I mean, we did watch the one with Franco, right?
Zac Efron?
Was it Zac Efron?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where like we watched that, but that was kind of like from the outside perspective on, you know, and they were kind of be realistic. He was an asshole. He was manipulative, and all that stuff. But this one it was like, he was such a great man, and I miss him, and blah blah blah. He was a good father figure, blah blah blah.
I know, she was reading his letters from jail,
Yeah,
and crying, like.
Yeah. Oh, I miss him. Like, do you not remember what he did?
It's like, seriously, lady.
Yeah. Women be tripping. So I don't know, but yeah. I think that's it. Anything else you want to talk about today?
Not today.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah, I think this is our best one.
Yeah, and I mean, we've only been married for like 7 years, so and this is our third podcast. So it might get better.
It's not our third podcast.
No, not our third podcast. It is our third Quarantine Buddies podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you've been on before.
We had to get Frio.
Oh, I don't think I posted that one.
I know you didn't. I don't even think you still have it.
No.
When the host city was shut down because it was so cold.
That one weekend. But cool. This was fun. We'll get back to you. I think it was it 5 days? Last episode?
Didn't we do it on Sunday?
I don't even know what today is. We'll put on another episode sometime later on this week. Thank you for checking this out. This is the BarbacoaCore Podcast. This is Quarantine Buddies. This is episode 3. This has been fun. You need another drink?
Most definitely.
All right. We'll see you later. Bye.